Hi guys, and welcome to today's best of coffee perfumes video. And let me tell you, I'm super excited about it because I have such an amazing coffee picks for all of coffee lovers, and even for those who are not the biggest fan of coffees like I am, because even though my whole family, everybody at work, and even my boyfriend drinks a lot of coffee, I've never been into it. I just don't like how it tastes. Like, it is too deep and too dark and too bitter for me, and it leaves that strange residue in my mouth that I'm not that crazy about. But I'm actually crazy about tea. You all know about that. Let me know if you want to see a video about best tea-like fragrances. But today we are gonna talk about delicious coffee perfumes. I have 10. They all are different. The only similarity between them is that they all share a coffee note, but there is a sexy coffee perfume, a super delicious one, a fresh, a green, an animalic one. Like, I mean, I have coffee for every taste. And with that being said, I would like to know which coffee perfumes you like. If you have a favorite, you definitely should comment it down below to help others and me, because even though I don't like how coffee tastes, I like how it smells, because it's so inviting and even a little bit mysterious. And actually, recently I received a coffee perfume that I am madly in love with. And that's actually why I'm filming this video. I decided to see if I have other fragrances with coffee in it, and it turned out that I do. And today you will learn everything about them. So if you like this video, definitely like it also by giving it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, let me know which are the best of you want to see from me, which other note you want me to discuss. And without further ado, let's get started talking about coffee. I mean, like, I haven't even drunk coffee, and you can tell I'm energized even without it. Anyway, let's go. So I want to begin with something that a lot of people might know, and that is popular Yves Saint Laurent's Black Opium. Now, coffee in there is very perfumey. It is not the prominent note in there, at least to my nose. It is way more sweet and mass appealing floral with a fruity twist, and coffee in there, it makes it just more interesting, gives it almost like a delicious sort of like oriental vibe, but at the same time that fragrance is not really about coffee to me. So if you are just starting out with coffee and you want something very mass appealing, something easy going and wearable, I recommend you this one. A lot of women enjoyed it. It is a bestseller, and I think it's actually a very nice option if you're looking for a delicious fragrance with very tiny amount of coffee, like a coffee whisper. This is coffee like basically for everybody. You can satisfy everybody with it. But if you are looking for a coffee that is really there, and you want it to be the prominent note, and you want it to be one of the strongest notes, I would recommend you Burning Band by Stranger's Perfumery, which is one of the best coffee perfumes in my collection. I swear by this stuff. It is amazing. It is created by Prince Rose, who's a genius. I mean, like, he has SM Cafe also with the coffee note in it. And it is also very leathery. Check out my review, but this one is definitely way more about coffee than that other one. And this is a smoky coffee. It is about smoky roasted coffee beans that are really in your face with chocolatey undertone, with delicious chewy birch tar. I mean, like, sexy stuff, because it also has some animalic notes and also a little bit of a boozy and sort of like dense, delicious beeswax and nuts, and the sexiest, most playful dark cherry twist in there. So I mean, like, if you want complexity and you want perfume that will make you feel real good and also create a sexy atmosphere, sexy aura around you, I recommend you Burning Band. If you're going out, if it is cold, if you want to attract someone, and it doesn't matter if you're a girl or a boy, I recommend you this fragrance, because that is sort of like a great, complex, super flavory coffee that you drink and you're not only energized, but you're just like you feel so much better than you did without it. So if you are addicted to coffee, then you'll also be addicted to Burning Ben. This is coffee for those who love to feel sexy. However, if you want a sweeter type of a coffee drink, I recommend you Ristretto Intense Coffee by Montale. And this is such a cheater name because there is nothing coffee about it. Well, sort of a coffee hint in the opening, but it is mostly about jammy vanillic rose and some musky amber in the dry down. It's very Montale, you know, and a lot of people love Montale. I love Montale myself. I have a full review in which I compare this one to the original, and I'm wearing it right now. It's delicious. This fragrance makes me feel so good every time I smell it. I mean, like, whoa, yeah, literally, this perfume will make you feel so good. This is such a safe blind buy if you enjoy jammy, rosy fragrances and you don't want coffee to be too overwhelming, too dark and bitter in there. Longevity is better than you can imagine. Projection is great as all Montale's perfumes. This is coffee for anti-coffee lovers, sort of like me. But I have another fragrance with coffee in there, and in here it is presented for sure, and that is Black Velvet Cafe by 4160 Tuesdays, and this fragrance is not a joke, you guys. It is even a little bit scary how coffee, dark, bitter it is. It has a lot of woodiness in there, it has a lot of tobacco in there. It's smoky, okay? It is very smoky, it is very dark, it is very bitter. It is only for advanced coffee lovers, and you need to love your coffee bitter, without any sweetness, without any florality, without anything that will disturb that authentic, dirty, intense, woody coffee smell. There is also wood in there, which is animalic, which is very, very intense and real. It's not like a mainstream wood. This fragrance is so powerful, like, I'm not joking, you guys. This perfume doesn't joke either. This perfume is so serious, and I mean, like, if you're looking for a fragrance with a full-bodied coffee note in there and you want it to be dark, you want it to be mysterious, that's the one. This is coffee who like it serious, who like coffee without anything disturbing, who love coffee to be dark and to be very, very deep. So deep, you guys. However, if you're looking for a boozy coffee with some alcohol in there, I would recommend you Black Phantom by Kilian. Actually, I'm a big fan of Kilian as a brand. I'm not the fan of their pricing though. If their fragrances were more affordable, I'd had like 10 of them, but Black Phantom is on my wish list. Let me know what you think about Kilian, which favorites you have. Maybe you want me to review something, but Black Phantom is definitely one of their best offerings in my opinion. And funny thing is, when it came out, I was in Italy, I smelled it there, I sprayed it on my scarf, it lasted days, and I enjoyed that powdery, chocolatey, boozy, sugary coffee. You know, like, coffee is not the most dominant note in there, which I enjoy for sure. That is a sweeter, boozier type of a coffee fragrance. It is like coffee with sweets and coffee with some rum in there. So it's like a fun coffee fragrance. It's different from everything else, and I mean, like, if you're going for fragrances that you want to last and you want it to be coffee-like, powdery, and all delicious things together, that's Black Phantom for sure, for men and women. And I think it's better to wear this fragrance when you're going out, but it will surely make you feel warmed and satisfied even when you are at home and expect some guests. This is coffee for those who like to party, for those who like to have fun, because you know that alcohol and that alcoholic sugar makes its thing, and it will put you in a mood to go out and just like have the greatest time of your life. So the next suggestion, coffee offering from me in today's video, is a coffee break by Maison Violet, which was released in 2019, and it features only 3 notes such as lavender, coffee and milk. Lavender is very well pronounced in the opening, it makes it very fresh, but later coffee appears, and it's interesting how that coffee is covered into lavendery and herbal pollens, so it is sort of like a masculine coffee in my opinion, but in the dry down there is some milkiness which is not necessarily necessarily like tonic. This is not overly sweet fragrance. It is on the fresher side. So if you're looking for a fresh coffee, maybe with some lavender decoration, and you just want to picture a beautiful cafe where you sip a coffee with your friend and you just chat and having a great time, and it's snowing outside but you are warm and covered into blanket in the cafe, that's sort of like a coffee break that you also might enjoy at work because it is quite formal scent. However, if you want a floral, spicy and very sweet fragrance with coffee, that is Café Tuberosa by Atelier Cologne. That fragrance is not necessarily all about coffee, it is also about other notes such as cardamom, which adds spiciness, such as rose and tuberose for the floralcy. There is some cacao in there, there is some vanilla, so that fragrance is not only about coffee. So if you just don't want to smell like coffee right away, you want it to be more abstract and more intriguing, and you want to wear it on a date, you know, just like to make person extra interested in you, I think that is a very safe option to wear for men and women, even though in my opinion it is more on the feminine side. However, if you're looking for the strongest and yes, very complex coffee that will make you excited every time you put it on, you want it to be very complex so you don't really know what to expect from it everywhere, that is Café Ambre Noir by Sultan Pasha Attars. I mean, like, that is power, okay? That attar, it's like it has so much in it, it is even impossible to describe it. If you love attars, you're looking for something with a lot of character, something oriental, something animalic, something coffee-like, something that is fairly strong, something that is great for winter or fall, something that is dry, exotic, something that is very like imaginary and elusive. That is that fragrance, because I mean, like, there is so much in there, so you will never be bored wearing it. This is coffee that is not for everybody, only for those who know something about real coffee, you know? Yeah, so this is coffee for very specific group of people. And with that being said, if you are a fan of fresh fragrances, of maybe citrusy ones, but you want something with coffee in it, I even have a recommendation for you, and that is Haute Cologne by Mugler from their exclusive line, which I'm fortunate to have in Frankfurt. And that fragrance is interesting because, I mean, like, it's about greenery, it's about citruses, but there is also coffee in there. So citrusy and fresh perfumes, they are stimulating on their own, but with added coffee, it's extra powerful, you know? It's so energizing, very aromatic. It is a little bit green and char because of petitgrain and some quite sparkling citruses, and that coffee, it's sort of like in the background that you can smell only on your skin. So if you're looking for something, once again, citrusy and like that, that's it. But you guys, finally, you who waited till the end, you will know which perfume I fell in love with right away. This is the best coffee in my opinion, and it is Whisper Your Bitter Things by JUS Perfumes. I've already created a whole video about their fragrances. It is an indie brand from USA. These perfumes are created in small batches, and this is the best coffee perfume on this planet. I swear by this stuff because it's a fresh coffee grounds that are mixed into jasmine petals with some spices that are not right in your face. They don't bite you, they don't eat you, they don't scare you, they just make it very yummy. And this fragrance is just so realistic and fresh, and it's just like I would love to drink it if I could. I would like to eat it if I could, but I just wear it and enjoy it. I mean, like, you guys, this is such a hidden gem, and you are lucky to watch my video to know about it. And if you want the best coffee on this planet that will smell like pressed coffee beans that are like mixed into some spices, but at the same time flowers, and because of neroli it even has something, I wouldn't call it citrusy, but yes, something like plenty, something fresh, something so fresh and youthful. Like, this is such a youthful coffee perfume. I can't get enough of it. I wear it every day. It makes me feel energized, put together, very beautiful, and it's just like after it I even get some you know, like mood to drink coffee, even though I wouldn't, but after this perfume I could. So yeah, anyway, that is the #1 coffee for me personally, I mean like coffee perfume. And of course I'd like to know which coffee perfumes you enjoy, and if you like this video, you guys, please give it a thumbs up. I love to hear from you, so definitely leave me your feedback down below. Check out the description box, there I'll leave a few helpful links for you guys as always. And top 5 coffee fragrances that I would recommend you try that I mentioned today are Whisper Your Bitter Things, Ristretto Intense Cafe by Montale, Burning Ban, Black Velvet Cafe, and definitely Black Phantom. But I would like to know which fragrances that I mentioned today stood out the most to you and why. And let's chat about coffee. Maybe you're watching this video while drinking some coffee. That would be great. So let me know which type of coffee you enjoy. Do you want it to be with milk, like in Maison Violet? Do you want it to be with spices? Do you want it to be with alcohol? Do you want a coffee with a lot of sugar? Do you want a coffee just plain coffee? Let me know which type of coffee you crave. And that completes this video. Thank you so much for being here with me. Stay tuned, smell good, and we'll see each other next one really soon. Bye guys!